Here we go. We're going to look at this right now. There will be a special message of love and inspiration from the President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Morning, good evening, how are you all? Okay. So, give me your attention and follow along, because what I have to say is very important and applies to each and every one of you. Good evening, my fellow Americans. This is Franklin Roosevelt, and it gives me great pleasure to be here in order to celebrate and commemorate the birthday of the United States of America. What the Founding Fathers set forth to paper on July 4th, 1776, was the end result of a group of people who no longer wished to live beneath the rule of a monarch. They no longer wished to live beneath the tyranny of a monarch. A group of people who desired to create an independent nation governed by elected officials put in place by its own citizens and guaranteeing freedom of choice and liberty for all. For some, these freedoms have never manifested at all. For others, they have manifested in excess, in the form of unfair privilege, and for still others, these freedoms were finally obtained and have since been taken away and once again denied. The Declaration of Independence, as well as its subsequent counterpart, the Constitution of the United States, have served as blueprints, plans, designs for the creation of a free society. There have been alterations and amendments to these plans along the way, but that final, originally intended project has yet to be completed. The main reason for the division within our country since its inception has been the same all along. A concept that many do not see or understand, even though it is right there in plain view. In Charles Dickens' classic tale, A Christmas Carol, the spirit of Christmas present, in his attempt to enlighten Ebenezer Scrooge, directs his attention to two small children, cowering and clinging desperately to the hem of his flowing garments. A boy and a girl, frightened, trembling, starving, emaciated, and with expressions of sheer dread and terror upon their faces. Scrooge asks the spirit, "Are these your children?" And the spirit replies, "These are the children of man." The girl is want. The boy is ignorance. Beware them both, but mostly beware the boy. My fellow citizens, ignorance is the problem, and yes, beware it, but do not fear it. Instead, confront it. Confront ignorance, not violently with a closed fist, but rather peacefully with an open hand. Confront ignorance with education, with compassion, with tolerance, and most of all, most importantly, confront ignorance with knowledge. For these are the scourges that will eradicate the disease of ignorance and wipe it from the face of the earth. A disease more deadly and more dangerous than any biological illness or virus known to man. But the difference between those diseases and this is the disease of ignorance has a cure, and each and every one of you may act as the doctors and nurses to administer it. This November, you have the unique opportunity to fight ignorance and to make your voice heard. An opportunity and privilege that is denied and unavailable to millions of people around the world. People who reside in societies ruled and governed by dictators. Sole entities who make all the decisions for all the people. Unlike these unfortunate individuals, you have the chance and the right to set foot into a voting booth and to cast your ballot for President of the United States. A privilege that countless Americans have fought and died for, and continue to do so to this very day. Do not waste this chance. Exercise your right to vote, but do not cast your ballot beneath the shadow of ignorance. Rather, cast your ballot under the bright light of education, compassion, tolerance, and knowledge. We have come a long way since the birth of this nation, but as you can very well see, we have an even longer way to travel. Remember, it is not I, the individual. It is we, the people. We all have to help each other. As a group united, we can and we will make a difference. Einstein said, as the circle of light increases, so does the circumference of darkness around it. Let's all shine our lights so brightly that the darkness will disappear completely. May God bless you all, and may God bless America.